It was in December of 2009 that we had gone to the city of Sapele in Nigeria for one of our great gospel campaigns. And I remember on the fourth night, there was about 200,000 people in the crowd, and among them was one precious woman that had come with her 3-year-old son, whom she named Great.
Mama, tell me what happened.
Mama, what did happen yesterday?
Yesterday when we came to crusade,
Yesterday when they came to this crusade ground,
during the testimony period,
when people were giving testimony,
so I came with this my son.
he came with the son.
Suddenly, I heard I just carried it on my back.
He carried the baby on her
So
back.
I now hold it on my hand.
He now had the baby
Suddenly,
in her hand.
this beginner staggered back.
The baby scattered backward.
I washed it again.
She looked at the baby.
Suddenly, again, now fell down.
Small time the baby fell down.
So I looked at this baby.
He looked at the baby again.
Great.
When he called him great.
Doesn't talk again.
He's not talking.
Great was very sick, so she had brought him to the meeting looking for a miracle for her boy, as so many people did. And Great was standing next to her. And then she turned, she looked, and she didn't see him anymore. She looked around for him and found him lying down on the ground. She went to see what was wrong with him. She shook his body, but there was no response. She felt for a pulse, and there was no pulse. So she picked that little lifeless body up and she took it to the medical tent, which was right there on site. The doctors, the nurses that were there examined him, and they pronounced him dead on the scene. And so they told the mother, there's nothing we can do for him. She picked up the body, and rather than going back home, she walked to the front of that field with hundreds of thousands of people there.
He was running from the crowd.
I was shouting, Jesus.
From the back, she was shouting, Jesus.
As I was running down.
Mama, tell me what happened to him.
He died.
He died for here. He died. The baby died.
So now Russia said, let them take it to the man of
He
God.
now said they should take the baby to the man of God.
So when they got to the man of God,
When they can't reach where man of God they.
so as he lay hand on it, I was crying, they not carry the child to me, said the baby has woken.
Finally, at the very end, after I said goodbye to the people, I was leaving, walking down the steps on the way to the car, and I could see this mama with swollen eyes from crying and cheeks stained with tears, standing over to one side, holding this limp body in her arms. I didn't really know what was wrong. In fact, I must confess, I didn't even know that the boy she was holding was dead. But I just decided to go over to her and to pray with her for a moment. And so I pushed back some of the security guards. I went to where she was. I laid my hand on the boy. It was very loud. I couldn't even really hear what she was telling me was wrong with him. But I just laid my hands on him and I began to pray for him. And she literally just let go of the body as though she was dropping it, and I caught that lifeless body in my arms. Again, I didn't realize at that moment all that had happened, but I just prayed for him for about 30 seconds. I handed him back to his mother, and then I got in the car and we left.
She gonna cry. Now the man of God put his hand on top of the baby as he prayed. Now the baby come out from dead, he come back to life.
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah!
Mama, how old is your child?
How many years be your pikin?
3 years now. This
3 years old.
3 years old.
3 years.
You're one of the pastors.
I saw this woman carry this baby dead.
I see this woman when he carry the pikin when he don't die for him hand.
So I ordered the ushers to take the baby to the medical.
He can't tell the usher make carry the baby
And
go
before
get
they
them for the
called
3
the
people there.
child was dead completely.
Before they come carry here where hospital there for here, the pikin don't die.
They had to rush the baby back to me again.
So they come carry the pikin run come meet am again.
That time the man of God had just finished preaching and was entering the car.
That time the man of God don't they go home now.
So I now ordered that they should carry the child to meet the man of God.
He go tell them make they carry the pikin run quick
And
quick
as
go
soon as
meet
the
man
man
of
of God
God.
laid hand on the child came back to
As
life.
the man of God come touch the pikin, now so the pikin come back to life.
Hallelujah! Mama, are you happy?
Yes, I'm very
Mama,
happy.
you happy?
Yes.
Do you know who has raised your child from the dead?
Jesus Christ.
You know who kill your pikin?
Yes.
What's his name?
Jesus.
What's his name?
Jesus!
Hallelujah!
Hallelujah!
The next night, when we pulled onto the field, the event organizer came to me. He said, Daniel, I have a surprise for you. He said, remember that baby that you prayed for last night that had died? I said, yes. He said, come here. And as I walked back behind the platform, I saw that little boy running around and playing. Not only had he come back to life, but the sickness that killed him was completely gone. He was smiling, he was happy, he was healthy. That night, he and his mother stood there on the platform, and she, together with a witness, one of the ushers who had examined the body of the boy the night before, both gave glory to God and testified of this incredible miracle that had happened of a little boy being raised from the dead.